I got more questions here. Dear Nalanie, based on the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita and your experience, what is the attitude that can best help when facing important decisions in your life? Brilliant. I'd like to read something to you. It is chapter 2, sloka 41. This is the first thing you do when you have to face a decision and you're very confused about which decision to make. There'll be so many things in your mind. If your mind is unsteady and wandering, many branched and endless are the thoughts and choices. When your mind is clear and one-pointed, there is only one decision. Okay? So what do you do? What would I do if I have to make a decision? I'm not sure what to do. First thing I do is I stay quiet. I stay quiet and I try to balance my mind. But you know what a mind is crazy. I'll do lots of things. Okay, and then I will say, what do I have now around me? What is the situation now around me, this moment? Tomorrow it will change. I won't go into tomorrow or yesterday. Now, let me give you an example. I can only give you an example of what I went through, okay? Otherwise it's not real. So let me give you an example of what I went through. So when my husband passed away, after a few months, I really wanted to be a monk, really. I wanted to be a monk, okay? In my head, I want to be a monk. And then I saw my daughter with her 3 children. The third one is special needs, 1-year-old. We didn't know whether she was going to live or not. I saw my daughter in desperate need of help with the other 2 girls. And so I looked at the situation. First of all, I asked a monk, another monk, Mataji. Some of you know her. And I said, Mataji, I really would want to be a monk. And she goes, too soon. Okay? So 4 months later, she comes back, or 6 months later, I said, Mataji, I really want to be a monk. What would it require? Can I do it where I am? Can I not go to the ashram? She said, no, you can't do that. You have to come to the ashram for a year, you have to leave your home, sell everything, renounce everything, and stay in the ashram for a year and then decide where we will send you. Wow, it sounded very tempting. Leave everything. Wow, nothing to think about. It's so freeing, right? You feel like, I'm so free. But then I looked at my situation. Look at the now. Decision time. I see my daughter with 3 kids and her husband working so hard. I see she's lost her dad, which was huge for her. Huge. If I go and leave her, it would be all about me, wouldn't it? It'd be all about me. It'd be the most selfish thing to do. So I went and said to Mataji, forget it. It's not about what I want or don't want. It's what I need to do that is right. I brought her into this world and she's in need right now. That's the best thing I did, because I met a lot of people who needed my help after that as well. Not only my daughter, but my other daughters and sons that I've met in the world. A lot of new people, because I moved to Spain at that time. I wouldn't have met many of you if I didn't continue here. I would have been gone. And so what I'm saying is, when you have to make a big decision, look at what's now, what's happening now in your life. Steady the mind, look at all the pros and cons, and what is benefit to everybody, including yourself. If I had gone, I would have felt guilty. I know my nature as a mother, I would have. So I would have gone, but I really wouldn't have gone. Do you see what I mean? At least here, if I'm staying, do I feel resentful? Absolutely not. I love my grandkids. Really love them. Love my daughter. No. Don't feel, love all of you. No resentment. Then it becomes really, really, really clear. Are you understanding that? Did I answer your question? But keep the mind steady. What is the highest goal? Peace. I have to be at peace, right? And it's the ego sometimes thinks, you know, if I'm a monk and everybody will respect me. A little bit ego there. Rubbish. Do you know? That's what I had to tell myself. What am I doing? Why am I doing it, really? Am I escaping? Because really, I would like to go. Am I running away? All these thoughts. And then the answer came, because thanks to my granddaughter, she was my answer. Very clear. She needs you now. Done. That's my duty. at hand. You getting it? So in your life, when you get a confusing decision, look at what's here and now, and what brings out the most love, benefit, not only to you, but everybody around you. And look, if I had gone, I wouldn't have met my beloved Les, would I? So I wouldn't have met him, and I've had such an incredible time with him. I wouldn't have known that. So you see, when you make the decision that is not selfish, but everybody, including you, then the gods bless you with all the blessings in the world. They just do. And then you know, hey, I made the right decision because it was a decision of love, based on love, and not what I want. It's what will give the most love. Okay? So, a beautiful question. It's a hard one. It takes a long time to get there. So, thank you for that. Can you please give some examples of everyday situations in which knowledge and application of the essence of the Bhagavad Gita would be useful? I can give you 1,000 examples of everyday situations. The Bhagavad Gita. The main theme of the Gita is to let go. To let go. To let go of all the judgments in our life. What should be, what shouldn't be. To let go of our ego. You know, I think I'm better than everybody else. I need to do it my way. It's my way or no way, right? It's all that renunciation. So, and the highest teaching of the Gita is knowing that when you stop fighting so much and accepting even the fight that has come to you, a fight has come to you, a battle has come to you, accepting it as pain for purification. If I go through this battle, I'll get through it and I'll come out the other side. So acceptance is what you learn. So in every in everyday life, we are presented with situations. We're presented with our own personality, our own battles, everyday life. Should I? Shouldn't I? And I think the Gita gives you that thing to focus again on the highest. Keep the mind steady. Keep the mind steady. So whenever the mind's running off and you're getting agitated, bring it back. I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, immortal self, I am. Yeah, you bring it back. Are you this body? No, for short time, we are. But I'm not going to let it disturb me. I'm not this mind. Mind is the thoughts. I can change my thoughts. I can watch it, I can change it. But really I'm spirit, and I'm asked to experience this. It's me, it's nobody else. I've asked for this lesson. Now how am I going to play it the best I can? So when you get up every morning thinking everyday situations, you know, so let's say, today we got up and we're sorting out the damp outside here in this wall, which we hope to do in August. And then, oh my God, we'll get a quote for that. Then we go to the gate, and the gate is rumbling away, and the front gate, the big one for the door. And then Les and I were like looking at it, and I go, uh-oh, another thing. Shall we call someone? And he goes, no, let me see if I can sort it out. So I see him with oil and things sticking together. 1 hour later, it's solved. You see, everyday situations come up, we just laugh now. What's next is we just laugh, and the solutions come very quickly because you know they're there to test you constantly. And if you have a human life, you're going to have problems all the time, you know? And that's just the way it is. It's just acceptance. And when you accept it, you flow with it. And the Gita helps you. When you read some of the verses again and again and again, they just like, no big deal. It's no big deal. And everything does really quickly. Things just fix themselves really quickly. But I think when we flow, and this is what the Gita, trust, faith in the higher power, you just trust Everything flows. Oh, I'm testing you again and again and again. And spiritual people are often tested a lot. And every time you're tested, you get one notch higher, one layer drops. I did it, I got through it, and it was easy. After a while, it becomes really easy, okay? It's a matter of practice in life. That's what it is. The more you practice, the better you get. That's why we do the yoga practices every day, right? We live like yogis every day. And you know, you read chapter 12 of the Bhagavad Gita, before I finish this one, the Yoga of Devotion. It's a beautiful chapter, it's very short. It's only 12 verses. And if you read that, it talks about what you need to do in order to connect with the higher self. Everything you need to do. And one of the ones I love is this one. Knowledge is better than mindless practice. Knowledge is better than mindless practice. You know how many people practice? They go to church, they go here, they practice I'm praying, I'm meditating, even meditators are meditating, but it's mindless. They're not really there, right? So knowledge is better than that. Then it says, meditation, when you go deep into the knowledge, becomes better than the knowledge. Even higher than that, than meditation, is the person who lets go of their actions and expect nothing. Then peace comes immediately. What does that mean? You work, a job comes to you, you do it, no expectations. Good luck, bad luck? Who knows? You should know it by heart now, right? Good luck, bad luck? Who knows? You just do it, no expectation. You do it because it's come to you. So, for example, the gates come, just attend to it. Good luck, bad luck? 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, I would say, oh, why did this happen to me? First we have the wall, then we have this. No, we both just like, good luck, bad luck, who knows? And you laugh. So do you see, this is just using a small thing, because these things that become small, what becomes really big in your spirit. If anything takes away your spiritual peace, that's what you fight for. These things are like nada, you know. Are you understanding this? It's great. So, beautiful question. Sloka 40 of chapter 2, the Yoga of Wisdom, states, in these practices, no effort made is lost, nor are there adverse effects. Even a little practice of this Dharma protects one from great fear. It must take time before the effects of doing the practices kick in. And until it does, isn't it possible to feel some fear? Please explain this sloka. I think you explained it yourself. Yes, until the effects of the practices kick in, you will feel fear. You will. It takes time. It takes time. It's like learning to play a piano, unless you've got a gift. It takes time to play the piano. It takes time to learn how to play the guitar. It takes time to be a gourmet chef. Again, there are exceptions. There are people who are born with the gift. So it takes time. Yes, so just be patient. You answered your own question. Yes, and it does protect you, because as you practice yoga, what happens? Every day you get a little better, you get a little stronger, you get a little stronger. So it is having effect. You think it isn't, but it is. If you look at yourself today as opposed to 10 years ago, are you better? Are you better today? Anybody in this room or there would like to answer? Are you better today than 10 years ago? Thank you for answering. Anybody else better? Yeah, I got quite a few answers then. Yeah. So no adverse effects. Your life is better. Okay, it's not perfect, but if it was perfect, you'd be dead. Nothing to learn. You'd be bored and dead. So, but it's better. And that's what you have to remember. I'm better now than I was 5 years ago. I'm better now than I was 10 years ago. Oh my God, look at the way I've reacted. So practice doesn't fail you ever. But you got to be a good student. You got to be a good student, and you got to be able to face your pain. In Sloka 3 of chapter 14, Yoga of the Three Qualities of Nature, Lord Krishna says, my womb is Prakriti, which is nature, the great creator. Therein I place the seed, Arjuna, and thus all are created from the seed. In other words, God is both in everything and doing everything, and therefore he is also responsible for creating the situation Arjuna is faced with by working through Duryodhana and the Kauravas against the Pandavas. That being the case, why should we then take responsibility for anything? Explain. Again, you're really smart. You don't take responsibility for anything. It's all the divine will. You have learned to let go. It's not your responsibility. You just do your best. That is the case. Yes, it's all divine will. This is the whole teaching. Renounce. You know? And let me tell you a story so you can understand this point, because it's a very difficult point. And you think, you know, I remember when I went through this point, and I thought, then what's the point of doing anything? Why am I even here? Why am I here? Why am I this person? If everything's pre-organized. I am here to learn that everything is pre-organized and it's okay, and trust the higher will and flow with it, accept, adjust, and accommodate. That's my job. That's just my job. Your responsibility. You want to look after things? I trust you. My job, accept, adjust, accommodate. That's it. Responsibility is yours. Now tell us in a story, because it's always easier to understand concepts with stories. So there was this Swami, or this monk, who used to make a beautiful garden, and every day he tended his garden, roses, flowers, everything. And one day while he was out, you know, every day people used to come, oh, you got the best garden in the world. Yes, I am the one. I spend a lot of time. I love my flowers. I spend so much time looking after my garden. And then one day he's out, and the neighbor's cow comes through, you know, animals. So this guy goes, a cow comes in and starts trampling on all the flowers. So the monk comes home and he sees all the cow there trampling on all the flowers, and he takes a stick and he starts beating the cow. How dare you ruin my flowers? You know how many years of work, and you've ruined my flowers. And he's hitting and hitting and hitting the cow. And the neighbor comes in, Swamiji, why are you beating my cow? Why are you beating my cow? And he goes, well, your cow has destroyed my garden. And the man goes, sorry, Swamiji, takes his cow, crying, you know, because he loves his cow. And then when he goes, he hears a voice saying, So when the flowers are beautiful, it is your garden. And when the cow comes in, it is, you know, using my name. He said, yeah, God told me to beat the cow. Yeah, God told me to beat the cow because it's a problem. He's ruining my flowers. And he said, and then when the flowers are ruined, you blame me. So if you want to do something, do it completely. Say that I give you the gift of making these flowers beautiful. I also give you the gift of hitting the cow. Which isn't true, because if you follow the divine way, you wouldn't be hitting the cow. So this is what human beings do. When it suits us, it's God's fault. When it doesn't suit us, I mean, when everything's going well, it's I, me, mine. And here, it's saying to know completely we are instruments, literally. A hard one for human beings to accept. St. Francis knew it so well, didn't he? Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is darkness, let me bring light. Where there's hatred, let me bring love. This is what the instrument needs to do. All the religions and traditions teach us, okay, you're an instrument, this is what you need to do. But then you get so attached to your flowers or your garden or your house or your door, or you're getting attached to all these things. None of it was yours anyway. I gave it all to you. What are you supposed to do it? When you're in darkness, bring light. But instead, you bring more darkness. You complain more. Bring light. Okay, it's dark now. Let me bring in some light. And music is light, isn't it? Music is light. Do you like music? Do you all like music? For me, music is such a healer. It's such one of the best healers in the world, I would say. So I hope I've explained that one.